What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So let me share some information with the real ones, and let me educate the sheep. Okay? And anybody who's not aware, pretty much, I'm gonna give you a breakdown of something factual. Okay? Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz just had a fight. And of course, we know Tank Davis scored a devastating knockout with an uppercut that was just spot on, pinpoint. Now, I've been seeing all over the internet, Tank Davis cheated, Tank Davis cheated, Tank Davis cheated. Now, you have people that supporting Tank Davis saying he didn't cheat. You have people that saying he did cheat because they don't like Tank Davis. And or they've been misinformed on how things work. Now, let me break this down. First of all, okay, for all you idiots that want to see, that want Tank to be guilty of something that he's not guilty of, let me tell y'all how this works. Because I can see there's a lot of incredibly ignorant, stupid, uneducated on what boxing is about, casual people who just hear a story and without doing any research to understand how things work, they just run with it. And I take the time to do these things because it's a hobby for me, one. Two, I love the sport of boxing. Not boxers. I respect and I appreciate them. I get it in myself. Okay? So at the end of the day, there's a lot of gratitude. Okay, and camaraderie coming from my end to other people. But I call it like I see it, and I have no problem telling the truth. Okay. And also, you get new family members that come on, and there's so many videos I have. They're not going to see everything unless they take the time to say, let me just go from the beginning. That's a lot of videos. Okay, but first off, whether you like a fighter or not, I can care less. Whether you want someone to be guilty or not, I can care less. The facts are what they are, and the truth is what it is. Okay? First off, okay, both fighters get two pair of gloves. It's not like back in the days. Back in the days, both fighters had to wear the same. So either you chose Everlast or you chose Grant or whatever brand you was gonna use, but you had to both wear the same. Okay, that was years ago. Now you can choose whatever gloves you want, and you can choose. They don't both have to be the same kind. You can choose Everlast or Grant, for example. Let me just use those for example, okay? And what happens now is, what happens is each fighter has someone from their camp that approves the gloves. Okay, so the Athletic State Commission, these commissioners, when they get a hold of the gloves, it's like, okay, this is what you choose, boom. They hold on to these gloves and they keep them safe. You can't tamper with them. No one else can tamper with them. But bottom line is they are approved by someone from your team to say, yeah, okay, these are go. Or you can say, no, I don't like these. No, they got to get a different pair. And you can choose. You can switch out of either one of those two pair the same night. So basically, what happened was Tank. I think he had on Grant gloves initially. Now you see Tank, he's training and he's warming up, he's shadow boxing, he's throwing the shots and everything, hitting the mitts and all of that, right? And so maybe Tank felt uncomfortable. This is my take on this, okay? That's something he didn't like about the gloves after he put them on. Okay? Now, even though the hands were wrapped and they were gloved and everything, now this is what's supposed to happen. If Tank says, because he had on a pair of winning gloves, right? So what's supposed to happen is Tank can say, hey, listen, I want to use my second pair. I don't want to use these. These I don't want to use. Now, the commission is supposed to let somebody from Leo Santana Cruz team know that, look, Tank wants to use his second pair. And they can easily have somebody come over, even just, okay, I want to be there to see the gloves get put on it. No problem. That's what's supposed to happen. Now, if that's what actually happened, we don't know. But Tank didn't cheat. Tank used his second pair instead of his first pair. He decided, nah, I don't want these. But you see how quick people are to put up something that's false. And so, um, to my understanding, even the WBC, now to my understanding, I didn't see this, but to my understanding, and I'm not putting it past them, that the WBC, now when you say the WBC, who are you talking about mostly? Mauricio Suleiman, because he's the president, right? But I don't know who exactly it was. Whether it was him or not, I don't know that information. But the WBC put a post up saying that Tank cheated. So what people are misinformed and thinking is like Tank had a pair of gloves that wasn't approved. No, that's not what happened. The gloves he had on was approved. Now, if there was a lack of communication from the commissioners to Santana Cruz's team, we don't know that. They're supposed to be alerted that before he even put the gloves on. So we don't know if that's exactly what happened, but no, it didn't. So now what happens is, because I went on their Instagram, I went on their Twitter, I went on their Facebook, and I even went on their YouTube. So apparently they put up something and then took it back down. So maybe they reacted off of half-ass information. But no, Tank didn't cheat, and that's basically what happened. He used his second pair, which is within his right. It's not his job to walk over to Leo Santana Cruz's locker room and say, "Hey y'all, I just want y'all to know I'm changing my pair of gloves." No, he alerted the commission, but there's information that the details is what's not put out there. So people already jumping all over this story, and I said, let me take the time to break this down. Did my homework on it to understand what was going on, and that's all it is. No, Tank didn't cheat. No, there was no, oh, he brought a pair of gloves that wasn't approved by the commission, and no. And again, a bunch of idiots, fanboy channels, happen to bring a certain fighter's name up who had absolutely nothing to do with this fight, just to make a pointless, unvalid point. To try to still convince people of something that happened, of an ass kicking that happened 8 months ago. Had nothing to do with this situation. Nothing at all. And what you people need to understand is when people are incompetent and they don't do their jobs properly, they can also be sued as well. And it's not, for me, it's not about what I want to believe, it's what we can prove and what's actually what's solid evidence. Because people are very unprofessional in a lot of situations. Okay, but it's just like, for example, a doctor giving you information or co-signing something for you without proof. I'm not going to do it because his license is in state at stake. Then these commissioners, same thing. They can be sued as well. So it's not the type of thing where, oh, they can just do what they want, nothing's going to happen. No, they are supposed to make these things known. Now, pretty much you only know what people tell you as far as this happened, that happened. But as far as the way things work, the order that they're supposed to happen in, or the fact that they have rules and regulations, of course. And yes, people can be sued, of course. So all of a sudden now, from a particular situation from 8 months ago, now all of a sudden every so often now we keep hearing something about gloves, and it's like, people are so miserable that they can't just deal with the situation for what it is and leave it alone. All the drama and theatrics, take it all out. It's not even necessary. No, Tank did not cheat. When Leo Santana Cruz got up and he went over there and embraced Tank. He gave him his props and all of that, and everything was cool. And you don't hear anybody from Santana Cruz's camp accusing Tank of cheating, right? No. So if the WBC, was dumb enough, unprofessional enough, and ignorant enough to go out and say that this man cheated when he clearly didn't, that's on them, and that's some half-ass, unprofessional nonsense on their behalf. But like I said, I didn't see those posts. So I went to go and make sure I checked. So if they had something up, they took it down because it's not on any of their platforms or any of their social medias. Is nothing. Nothing's up there about Tank cheating. So if they, like I said, if they did have something up, they took it down. So anyway, no, Tank didn't cheat, and that's all there is to say. Pretty much on that. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next one.